Okay, I wanted to show you how you put the door on there. These doors come off real easy. Like I say, I flew a long time without any doors on it, but it is nice to have them, especially when the weather gets cold. Now you're wondering what this thing is. That thing there is a stop for this door. You take this rod and you push inside of that thing, and that prevents the door from opening in the wind in case the wind's behind you or something and you open it on a windy day. And then you select a wire that's the right length for that one, which this looks like it's the right thing. And you put this in from the top down on this one. Some of them go from the bottom up and others go from the top down. The reason for that being you can't put it in any other way. So shove it down and you'll see all these hinges coming together when you push it down in there. There, now you got a door that opens and closes. And you see how that stop works. If the wind was blowing, it would stop this door from blowing against the front of the plane. So it's just a door stop, that's all it is. And when you close it, it flips around and gets out of your way. And this is a door latch here. Now I see I got to do a little trimming up here because this new piece I made is just a tad too long, so I'll trim that a little bit. But that's how you put the doors on. Thought maybe I'd show you how I put these removable panels on. These are something you can take off in the summertime if you want to. You really could get in and out on this side in the back seat anyway. The throttle lever can be in the way, but if the throttle's all the way off, it doesn't stick up and bother you any. So the only thing you have to worry about getting in on this side is this push rod right here that goes to the throttle. But you know, the throttle only sticks up that much, so it's not too bad of a hassle to get it in and out of. But in the summertime, I would take these panels off sometimes just for the air. But I have these little air vents in here which you can swivel around, and they're pretty effective. They catch air in there and you can position them to blow in your face or wherever you want it. If it's raining, you can turn them so they're straight down like that. If it's sitting at an air show or something like that, if rain comes, the rain won't go in that hole. It'll keep the water out of there. I think I told you these wires that go in, some places you got to put them from the bottom up. This is one of them right here. It has to go from the bottom up. Now this one on the front, I put that in from the top down because it's quite easy to do. On this side, I have to go from the bottom up. And now remember, when it's together, there's going to be a strut right here that goes up to the wing. So you got to kind of pull it down in here behind the strut, and you can pull it out of there with pliers and kind of bend it from the ground. You can pull it out of there pretty easy, more than what you'd think. But you can't go from the top down because the wing's going to be up here. And since the wing is up here, you really can't get in there to put the wire in. So this one's going to be the same way, and this is another one where, well, I'm probably going to have to bend it a little bit, you know, to get it up in there. So you just start at the bottom. Now the one on that side, I should tell you too, this one over here is going from the bottom up. It might be you could get this one from the back, I don't know. You got the rear lead or the trailing edge right here, so I kind of doubt you could get at this very well, not unless you took the center cover off the wing. So I just went from the bottom up on it, and that's what I'm going to do on this one, just because I think it'd be easier to get these panels off. Then you start with putting these piano hinges, kind of getting them interlaced here. And just push this up. Sometimes I need a little hammer to kind of get them in line. little tiny rubber hammer here to make sure those are interlacing right. And you just keep pushing it up in there. I used a little bit of this. This is Zep 45. It's got Teflon in it or something. It's just a lightweight lubricant and penetrant, I guess. And I wipe that on this wire, not so much to keep it from rusting, but just to make it a little smoother and easier for that thing to slide up in there. Thought I'd show you how I ended up getting one of these. This is a real long one of those pins for a piano hinge. It's the kind of the hinge pin for the thing. It's a long wire that goes in there, and of course you always want to make sure the end of it's all rounded off. I just rounded that on a bench sander, you know, got it kind of round on there, kind of pointy really, so it tends to go through the hinge pin, and that helps pull it, kind of stitch it together when you stick it in there. But this is really long. I'd say it's at least 4 foot long. But I put it in the drill, the variable speed drill, so that I can slowly turn that thing as I push it in there, and that helps quite a bit. The other thing I do is I grab this bent wire with a pair of pliers like that. Now this only works when you got it almost all the way in there. Then you can get it in the rest of the way by tapping it with a hammer, and that'll tap it in there. Or of course, if you're trying to get one out, tap it the other way with a hammer, and will draw this wire right out of the piano hinge.